Hello everyone, today I will read Poles Apart by Jenny Willis and Jarvis. As everyone knows, penguins are found at South Pole and never at the North Pole, at least not until the day the Pilcher Brown got lost on their way to picnic. Mr. Pilcher Brown was in charge of the map. He told everyone to turn right at the snowman, which was wrong. Now here they all were on the other side of the world. Mr. and Mrs. Pilcher Brown, Kiki, Pooh, and Puck, drifting towards an enormous furry white something. Is it a lion? Is it a tiger? Asked Pinky and Pooh. Is it a picnic blanket? Asked Puck. The enormous something looked them up and down. He had never seen anything like Pilcher Brown before. "I'm Mr. White," he said. "I'm a polar bear, and you are..." "Parrots," said Pinky and Pooh. "Pork pie," said Puck. We are penguins," said Mrs. Pilcher Brown. "What are you doing here?" wondered Mr. White. This is where polar bears live, not penguins." "We are going to a picnic at the South Pole," said the Puck. "This is the North Pole, my friend," said Mr. White. "The South Pole is 12,430 miles that way." "So I was a few miles out," sugared Mr. Pilcher Brown. "Anyone can make a mistake." "Don't think of it as a mistake," said Mr. White. "Think of it as a big adventure. I have often dreamed of being the first polar bear to reach the South Pole. Mommy said we should always follow our dream," said Pinky. "Daddy said we should always follow him," said Pooh. "Lead the way," said Mrs. Pilcher Brown. The penguin followed Mr. White over land and sea. "Eek," said Pinky. "Wow," said Pooh. "Can we have our picnic now?" said the Puck. But it wasn't the best spot, so they followed Mr. White all the way to America. "Howdy," said Mr. Pilcher Brown. "Busy," said Pinky. "Buzzing," said Pooh. "Can we have our picnic?" said Puck. "Not now, dear," said Mrs. Pilcher Brown. America was awesome, but it wasn't home, so they followed Mr. White all the way to England. "How do you do?" said Mr. Pilcher Brown. "Great," said Pinky. "Grand," said Pooh. "Can we have our picnic?" said Puck. "Not now, dear," said Mrs. Pilcher Brown. England was charming, but it wasn't home, so they followed Mr. White all the way to Italy. "Ciao," said Mr. Pilcher Brown. "Wet," said Pinky. "Wonderful," said Pooh. "I need a wee," said Puck. "Not in there, dear," said Mrs. Pilcher Brown. Italy was magnificent, but it wasn't home. So they followed Mr. White all the way to India. "Namaste," said Mr. Pilcher Brown. "Hot," said Pinky. "Huge," said Puck. "Put the python down, dear," said Mrs. Pilcher Brown. India was dazzling, but it wasn't home. So they followed Mr. White all the way to Australia. "Good day," said Mr. Pilchard Brown. "Faster," said Pete. "Fine," said Toots. "Can we have our picnic now?" said Pop. "Soon," said Mrs. Pilchard Brown. Australia was sponsored, but it still wasn't home, so they followed Mr. White over the land and over the sea, on and on they went. But all of the wonderful places in the world, there was no place like home. "Are we nearly there yet?" said Pinky, Pooh, and Pop. "It's not far now," said Mr. White, and they followed him left, right, all the way. "Home. Please stay, Mr. White," said Pinky and Pooh. "You can share our picnic," said Pop. So Mr. White stayed, and for a while he was happy. But the South Pole wasn't his home. He was a polar bear, and polar bears don't live there, which is why he said goodbye and walked 12,430 miles all the way back to the North Pole, where he belonged. He did follow his wildest dream and had the best adventure. Even so, he was sad to think that he would never see a penguin again. But to Mr. White's delight, he did. "Hello, how did you get there?" he said. "Where is your family?" "Here we are," said Mr. Pilchard Brown. "Someone put my egg in your head," said Mrs. Pilchard Brown. Pinky and Pooh pointed at Pop. "Can we have our picnic now?" he said. "And the North Pole isn't home to penguins." Mr. White was always happy to see friends. "Welcome back," he said. "Okay, bye-bye."